it's Clay. Welcome to another League of Legends video. This time we're going to talk about a specific strategy to Caitlyn, who is one of the marksmen that I have been playing the most. She was, I think, my second most played in Season 4, one of my most played in Season 3, and so far I've been playing a lot of her in Season 5. Her and Jinx tend to be my two favorite ADs. And one of the reasons why I really like Caitlyn is because she is such a lane bully. And I wanted to really kind of give a little bit of a more detailed analysis at Caitlyn's very early laning phase, this time using Wild Turtle as an example. He and Nami do a really nice job of taking a strong early lead against this Thresh Lucian combo. He does a really nice job of, I think this clip really exemplifies exactly the strategy. So the basic idea of the strategy is that you abuse Caitlyn's long range to poke. Now they also did the Gromp at level 1, which gave them a level advantage. Which is another idea, but Caitlyn usually doesn't have a hard time securing an early advantage just because she has such long range. Now, you have to realize that she has 650 range, which is very significant, but it is also not, like, foolproof. Like somebody like Sivir, a very short-ranged AD, has 500 range. That's only 150 units, but that 150 unit difference is something you need to become very familiar with. And so, very important that you... Also, the second thing is that Caitlyn pushes really, really well. She pushes almost as fast as any of the other ADs at level 1 in the game. Maybe Jinx is up there. Wonder if there's a little correlation there as to why I like both of them. But so the basic idea is that you use your Piltover Peacemaker. You always want to take Q at level 1 as Caitlyn. There is no reason to take anything else, except maybe if you like get invaded. You can see this is where things go wrong. I'm going to go back and rewind this clip. But if you get invaded, you might want to take E. But there's really almost no reason to take anything other than Q, and you use your Q on the wave, not only to push the wave, but also to make sure that you try to hit the enemy champions. So you want to push the wave and poke at the enemy. So then you gain a level advantage. You're almost guaranteed to hit level 2 first because Caitlyn pushes so hard. You're going to get some really good poke down, and then what you want to do is trap your opponents under their tower. So this is the second time through. You can see Turtle and Nami were the first to level 2. That should be very common as Caitlyn. There's no reason that you should fail to secure level 2 first. You should be auto-attacking constantly or very frequently and then using your Q to poke and push the wave. You can see Turtle's building up a really big wave here. He actually isn't auto-pushing. He's waiting for Nami to land a nice bubble and then using that nice EQ harass. So he's been really focusing on using his Piltover to harass. But depending on how things are going and when you get to the lane, they got such an advantage from doing the Gromp to push the wave so hard. So now there's this really big wave built up, and Thresh and Lucian are underleveled. So these guys are going to be really desperate to pick up these creeps, and you want to abuse this in your favor to land some really nice pokes. So you know that Lucian is like, this cannon creep's getting low. You know that he and Thresh are going to go for it, and you can see that's the exact moment. Let's actually watch this one more time. So watch right here. This cannon creep is really low. You know that Thresh and Lucian are going to go for it. Now, Thresh has a target, but typically Lucian's going to want to walk up and last hit. So that is the moment that Turtle steps up to land an ice auto E, and then he didn't Q, but you could Q afterwards if you land the E. And it's just really, really good, easy harass. Now, another thing you want to know is Turtle does a really nice job of at this range of tower aggro. So Caitlyn has such long range that you can, if the AD carry is in this area, you can kind of dance in this little zone right here and get some auto attacks in and then some Qs as well. Because especially these melee minions, not so much, but these range minions, for Lucian to step up and auto attack and last hit these range minions, he needs to kind of come into this area right here. And it is possible for Caitlyn to auto attack him without drawing creep aggro. So you'll see there's a really nice auto attack right now, and unfortunately he did kind of take a tower shot, but you can see Nami's also doing that. There's a nice Q, right? The moment that he steps up, Lucian is very predictable, going to go for this. He's going to go for it, so that's when Caitlyn steps up and punishes him. Now, so this is just a really effective way, and I would say this is probably even more effective the lower elo you are, because when you get to those lower elo, player mechanics aren't quite as strong, and they're going to struggle to last hit under tower very effectively, because typically at this, so let's think about if an AD carry takes typical attack speed quints and attack damage marks, he's not going to have enough attack damage to last hit the ranged minions with one tower shot and then one auto attack. So he's going to need some help from his support. And I would say that bronze and silver supports don't know this and don't understand what needs to be done. And so they're very helpful. So they're going to miss quite a few minions. I would say it's very typical for if you employ this strategy effectively, it's very typical for a Caitlyn to get a nice CS lead. Now right here, so this is the moment I was waiting for. This is the downside. The strong point is that you can push, you can harass, you can poke for free, you can get a nice CS lead because you're getting all the last hits and your opponent is missing some last hits to the tower. Now there are a couple of things that you need to watch out for. And number one is the all-in. Caitlyn is a very weak all-in. She has almost no burst damage whatsoever. Her Q and her R both have a long wind-up time. They're dodgeable, and her E and her W are utility spells. So she has no burst damage whatsoever. She just doesn't really do very well in an all-in. But she does very well in a poke situation. So you want to avoid getting all-in. Now, Turtle has not learned his traps yet, but when you do learn traps, you want to put traps kind of in this area so that if they try to all in you, your traps provide a little bit of a defensive line. And then the second thing is getting jungle ganked. I would say if you're going to do this strategy, you absolutely must, up at the top of the screen, you want to get a ward in that tri-brush. Whether it's your trinket ward or your support, you absolutely need to get ward coverage there because you're very, very gankable. And so you can see that this all-in actually goes very poorly just because he got hooked, and Caitlyn just has a very weak. And so something to be mindful of is this strategy is very effective, I think, but it has some weaknesses, some legitimate negatives that you need to be aware of. But I think that if you can really get some really solid gameplay on Caitlyn and you can really practice the strategy and master, I think that you'll have a very easy time really stomping your lane and transitioning. You know, if the rest of your team across the map goes even, you're going to be in a much stronger position because you've denied the opponent AD carry very, very hard. And so, anyways, I hope this clip helped. If you are an AD carry and you play Caitlyn, I hope that this gives you a very detailed and, I guess, thought-out analysis of how to bully the lane. And this is something that's very repeatable, too. That's one of the things that I really like about it, is that this is a strategy that a lot of people can do. It doesn't require anything terribly special, just a little bit of understanding of your champion and how to abuse the strengths that Caitlyn provides. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.